Let's get into some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be expect, because I'll be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. You don't talk about y'all. Basically, that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Listen, happy Monday to everybody. Tonight it is the Whether You Like It or Not panel, and it is right here on the ReallyBTV Reviews channel. If you are not already subscribed to the ReallyBTV Reviews channel, make sure you guys get subscribed over there. Just to let you guys, if you are new here, we have picked up a few subscribers over the last week or so. So if you are new here and you don't know what the Whether You Like It or Not panel is, it is a review panel. We'll be discussing last night's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's a good time. Make sure you get there early so you can get a good seat. Okay? Well, you ain't got to get there early because if you know, you know. You ain't got to get there early. If you know, you know. But it will be starting at 8 o'clock-ish. And that's what I mean by if you know, you know. 8 o'clock-ish. Don't forget to get your Black Girl vitamins, you guys. Again, as always, thank you to all those who have already supported me with Black Girl vitamins, and thank you to all those who wish to support, and thank you to all those who are going to support. So thank you guys so much. With that being said, let's get into it. We have a couple of housekeeping things that we have to get into, child. My hair was fine until I went away this weekend hanging out with the girls. I left my bonnet here, and this is what happened. 2 nights with no bonnet with the girls. Okay, we had a good time though. We definitely had a good time. I meant to post some pictures from the house and stuff. I'll do it this weekend, child. I mean, I'll do it tonight. But child, I got to work today, and it was one of them days at work. We got graduation this week, and it's just a lot of stuff going on this week. So I got to work today, and I forgot it. Yes, El Michelle said, if you in here, like the video, okay. Couple of housekeeping announcements. Housekeeping announcement number 1. They have updated the website for the Louisiana Book Festival. As you guys know, we are taking a field trip. We are going to the Books and Bourbon Tour. If you don't know what that is, let me tell you what it is. We will be going to the Louisville. I said Louisiana, I think the first time. I mean Louisville. We'll be going to the Louisville Book Festival. It is a book festival that is curated by a friend of mine, who is an author, and that is what we're going to be for the weekend of October the 11th. We will be in Louisville, Kentucky. Our hotel is on Whiskey Row. I keep wanting to say Bourbon Row. On Whiskey Row, we will be visiting a couple of distilleries while we will be visiting a couple of distilleries while we will be going and supporting this cause and getting, to meet some new authors and things of that nature. With that being said, with them updating the website, good news, bad news. I know they were trying to have the event at the Muhammad Ali Center. I sent him the information, El Teddy. I sent him the information. I lost my train of thought now. But when they updated the website today, it looks like it's going to be at the same place where it was last year. So good news, bad news. I was hoping that it would be at the Muhammad Ali Center because, I want to go to the Muhammad Ali Center. However, the good news is it's in walking distance of the hotel. So we'll work all of that out. But just so you know, if you are in the Instagram group, you have that information already. If you are not in the Instagram group and you are interested in going, or you think you might be interested in going to Books and Bourbon, send me a message on Instagram and I'll add you to the group and I'll give you all the details there. So there's the update. Yeah, El Teddy, because they're looking for authors now. So I did send it to him before, but the link, if you remind me, if you text me when I get off of here, I'll send you the link. Because if you go to the link, it's right there on the front, on the main page of the website where they're looking for authors. So, and he would be great there. He would definitely be great there. The weekend of October 11th. The weekend of October 11th. Matter of fact, let me do this right now before I forget, child. Let me give you this because, I'll forget and it'll be a week later and El Teddy be like, you ain't send me that link. So let me do it right now before I forget. But yeah, so those are the church announcements. Where did I put it? I put it in the Books and Bourbon group. Hold on. Books and Bourbon. Here it is right here. All right. I'm about to send it to you now, El Teddy. All right, let's get into it because I got a tight window because I got to be off of here so I can be on. I thought I had put it in the. No, I didn't. I didn't. I didn't do that. All right, so I just sent it to you, El Teddy. I'm also going to send it to you on Instagram because maybe it'll be easier for you to just forward to him on IG. But I sent you the link to your email and your Instagram. Okay. The Ali Center isn't that far, and Evan Williams is close by. Yeah, it's still not that far. Right. Thank you, Chuck. It's still not that far. And like I said, because I do want to go. I still want to go to which is the Black-owned distillery, and they're not on Whiskey Row. So we'll still whatever transportation that's not in driving distance, if you get the VIP package, your transportation will be covered. So again, we'll work it all out. We'll work that all out. Okay. We got 100 people in the chat. I hope I have 100 likes, you guys. Can we get to 100 likes, please? And thank you. All right. Let's get into it. We have a lot of stuff that we need to cover because I haven't done a tribe meeting, I don't think, since Thursday. So we got a lot of stuff to cover, maybe even Wednesday. I don't know. But let's go down the list. Let's get into the things. I'm going to just say this real quick so we can get this off the docket, as El Teddy would say, the docket. Nene Leakes and Tamar. So Nene Leakes came down on her Instagram channel. I don't know what the controversy was. I don't know if, the Louisville Slugger. So what I'm going to do is put all that stuff in the chat. I'm going to put all that information in the chat if you're interested, because some people are just going just to hang out. So everybody may not care about going to the book festival, which is fine. So for people who are interested in going to like the Louisville Slugger, the African American Museum, the Muhammad Ali, the Ali Center, I'm definitely going to pass all that information in the chat. And if there are a group of people that want to do those different things, we all grown. Y'all know how I am. Like I'm not babysitting nobody. We all grown, So let me say this. I have no idea what people were saying as far as the editing of the show, because Nene was addressing the editing. And she said that I guess people were complaining about the editing, that maybe the editing was choppy, or maybe people felt like something wasn't there that was supposed to be there because the editing was off. I don't know. But what I do know is Nene did a video saying that, people call after they do these interviews, and people call and they ask to take stuff out. Let me say something to y'all. I get it that sometimes things get good to us and we just get to run in our mouth. Like I am a perfect example. Y'all know I'm a talker and I like to talk. And sometimes I'll be talking to somebody and I realize I done told this person way too much of my business. It happens. I get it. But let me tell you what I'm sick of. Because this is like the second or third time that Nene said she did an interview and then the person called back and asked for stuff to be taken out and she took stuff out. Listen, hey, to y'all celebrities that want to do these interviews, Can y'all stop doing interviews, telling all y'all business, and then asking for it to be cut out? Listen, an interview is not your therapist. That is the place you go to say the things you don't want repeated. Don't go down to the Nene Leakes show, tell all your business, and then call her back 2 days later and say, "Oh, can you take this out, take this out, take that out?" Because that's just not fair. That's not fair to the person that did the interview. That's not fair to Nene or whoever else does these interviews, right? It's not fair to them for you to give them this great interview that they think is going to be so juicy and then call back and be like, "Oh no, take that out. Oh no, take that out. Oh no, take that out." I think that again, you need to be able to temper your mouth. Because Tamar wasn't the first person, because I remember Nene, I don't remember who else has been on there that might have asked for stuff to be taken out. Maybe Latasha, maybe, I know it wasn't Cynthia. Hell, I can't think of who else that went down there and got interviewed by Nene. Maybe it was Latasha, but I remember her saying that somebody else did that to her. And if you're not ready to say what you need to say, or you don't know how to control what come out your mouth, then one, I need you to go get better media training. Because let's be clear, Nene Leakes ain't no Barbara Walters. It's not like she's asking the hard questions and you didn't know how to maneuver the answer. She's not. So we're not gonna blame Nene. Nene didn't put you in a situation. Nene didn't catch you. You know, she wasn't savvy. She's asking you very basic questions. And you giving very basic answers. Okay. So I just think that it was getting good to you, and then you got home and was like, "Oh shit." And can I ask a question? Baby, what did Nene take out? Because the stuff that Nene left in, I felt like Tamar should have wanted taken out. But anyway. Maddie got interviewed, but she didn't think it was gonna get put out because it was Nene's old set. So anyway, I just had to say that because I saw that video and I was like, what? Okay. That wasn't really a big deal, but okay. Shout out to Sesame Street. Y'all know Sesame Street then got canceled by HBO Max. Shout out to Sesame Street for getting picked up by Netflix. So now Sesame Street is going to be streamed on Netflix, which means that, well, I mean, they could do it before. But shout out to Sesame Street. Good job. When one window opens, a door. What they say when a door closes, a window opens? Congratulations. I'm going to go ahead and roll congratulations over to Shamar Moore. Y'all know his show SWAT was canceled on CBS. Well, it looks like he just got picked up in a spinoff. Can I ask a stupid question? Do any of y'all look at SWAT? Because I do. I don't know if y'all look at SWAT or not. Okay. Why does Netflix need to make it free? It wasn't free on HBO Max. If you had to pay for HBO Max, so why they gotta make it free? I mean, I'm sorry, PBS, it was free on PBS. PBS, unfortunately, due to the situation. So, anyway. So, I did watch SWAT, although I must admit, I have not watched a lot of this season. I mean, it's in my DVR, but I've only watched like the first 5 or 6 episodes of this season. So, I don't know how to see, I don't know how it ended. So, let me put a period on that. It wasn't picked up. It's being developed by Sony. I don't know what that, I don't understand the difference, Xavier. You know, you're going to have to explain to me the difference between being picked up and being developed, because Sesame Street has been on for 40 years. So what are they developing? I'm confused. Okay. You got to clear that up for me, Xavier. You know more about this television stuff than I do. So when it says that he's been picked up for a spinoff, he was the star of the original SWAT. So I don't know how the show ended, but what is it? I mean, did he retire at the end of the show? Did he him and his wife decide to move out of California? Like, what is this new situation? You know what I'm saying? You say you talking about SWAT is being developed. Okay, that's fine. It's being developed. That's great. Thank you. Thank you for explaining the difference. Thank you. Because I thought you were talking about Sesame Street and I was confused. But my point only had nothing to do with that. My question only had nothing to do with that. My question is, what is the spinoff if it's the same and he was the star and he was the main character? That don't make no sense to me. I don't know. Marty said Sesame Street will air on PBS for free as always. This is Netflix PBS partnership. I know PBS. I used to work at my city affiliate for 7 years. Cool. CBS fell on HBO because it wasn't connecting with their original audience. Underprivileged kids, this lands them a similar position. Well, Marty just cleared that up, Xavier. Marty just cleared it up. It will still be on PBS. I watched the show, but I have missed the last 2 episodes. I can't see how a spinoff will work because what? Right, Uncle Jay. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, if he's the star of the show, what is it spinning off into? Why I can't just? I mean, I don't know. But like Xavier said, it's just in development. It hasn't been. It's not a done deal. So who knows what it's going to look like at the end? I don't know. Condolences go out to Angela Oakley. We talked about it a little bit last night on my review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but her mom has passed away. We saw her mom in last night's episode. So condolences go out to her and her family. Her and her sister are not in a good place, or were not at the time of the filming. So hopefully over the last 6 months, 7 months since they filmed this season, that her and her sister are in a better place, because, you know, it's about the family at this point. It's like if we had Olivia Pope but no OPA and no president, it would be a new show. It wouldn't be to me, though. See, that's what I'm saying, Xavier. It wouldn't be to me. What's the purpose of making it a new show? Just have Olivia Pope going off and doing something different. If it's still Olivia Pope and she's the main character, that doesn't make sense to me. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I hear what your explanation is, but to me, it's not a new show if it's the same person who was the main character. It's just the main character is doing something different. That just doesn't make sense to me, but maybe it makes sense to other people. They did, you know, like, yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. How is it cheaper? I don't understand how that makes it cheaper. I watched the show. We didn't see the wife or the child. You know, she's on Watson. It's just ended. Oh, I didn't know his wife was on Watson because I didn't watch Watson. I taped Watson so they would get my views, but I didn't watch it because I don't like medical shows. I don't really get into medical shows like that. That's why I never really watched Grey's Anatomy, because I thought it was like a medical show, so I never watched it from the beginning. Stabler from Law and Order, but that's different for me. Okay, so let me tell y'all why I think it's different with Stabler from Law and Order, because first of all, Stabler left the show for years. So he was gone for like 10 years from the show. So when they brought him back on a new version of Law and Order, but he was gone. To me, and it's a different type of crime. So maybe that's what they're doing with this. I don't know. But to me, that'll be different. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's no different to y'all, but to me, it's different. Because instead of paying for a veteran actor to continue, you get a new cast that's going to cost less. That still doesn't make sense to me, because they still paying him. What's up, Brandon? My thing is, they can still fire the people around him if they want a cheaper cast. His money is still his money, though. Like, if he's the star of the show, he's still going to be asking for a certain amount of money as the star of the show. So I don't know. I mean, again, I don't see how that makes it any. I don't see how that makes it cheaper. I haven't been able to get into the new Law and Order either, Uncle Jay. I tried. I think they made it way too dark. I mean, Stabler was always this borderline dark character, by starting the show off by killing his wife, who we know he loved. I would rather, and I understand that her getting killed is what fueled the whole thing, but yeah, I haven't been able to get into it. I've tried. Like the guy from NCIS leaving and doing his new show, Bull, same actor, but he wasn't the same character though. See, that's what I'm saying, y'all. they're saying that they're making a spinoff of SWAT. Bull was a totally new show with it was the same actor, but he was not playing Anthony, what was his name? Renoso, whatever his character was on NCIS. It wasn't the same show. It wasn't the same character. It was a totally new show with a totally new character. Bull was actually pretty good until the COVID years. COVID ruined that show. COVID ruined so many shows, but when they had to film around COVID, it didn't do it for me. It lost something for me. Yeah, and maybe that's what it was, y'all. When they brought Stabler on, maybe the way they brought with the whole wife being killed, like that, I love organized crime. It gave us more of his backstory. I just couldn't get into it. I tried. Yeah, Denoso and Ziva. Yeah. Now that's going to be on Paramount Plus. I'm going to watch that. Disney used to do this. Show runs for 3 to 4 years. Cancel it, bring it back. One main character with a bunch of new people. You don't have to pay the yearly promos anymore. Well, okay. Maybe he'll be leaving LA and be head of SWAT in another major city. Maybe Nitwit. I'm mad it's not on regular TV. Yeah, because I like Anthony and Ziva. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna watch it because I love me some NCIS. Ziva never died. I mean, they thought she was dead, but we knew Ziva was alive a long time ago. We found out Ziva was alive like 4 seasons ago. Like, we've been known Ziva was alive. Oh, Lord. Okay. The lead on Bull was hit with this. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, it must not have stuck because he's starring in a new show on the same network. So whatever that charge was, it must not have stuck. That's why I'm surprised, Misogyny, to see her come back, because I remember her saying she left the role on NCIS because it was hard for her. You know, the show with the role became hard for her. So that's why I'm surprised to see her back. Yeah. All right. Y'all know I didn't mean to spend that much time on Sesame Street, but y'all know how we be going down the rabbit hole, child. What this say? Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me put that there. Okay. I got that twice. Okay. I guess congratulations to Marcus Jordan. I guess. He said that he's 40 days sober. Listen, when people have a substance abuse problems, I'm always going to cheer the success story. So let me say that, full stop, right? Congratulations, full stop. However, comma. So you parked your Lamborghini on railroad tracks and then demanded that the police pay Beyonce on your way to jail while admitting you had done coke. So I don't think that you going into rehab was voluntary. Now, I'm glad you went and I'm glad you stayed for 40 days, and I hope you continue to keep your sobriety. But we're not going to act like you decided that you needed to turn your life around. But congratulations to Marcus Jordan. All right, then. I don't know if I should put this in. I don't know if I should put this on the let me say this. We got the movie trailer the movie posted today for The Tyson movie starring Jamie Foxx and Samuel Jackson. I don't know if I asked for it. And let me say this. It has nothing to do with what I think Jamie Foxx's ability is as an actor. Because we saw what he did with Ray Ray Charles, right? I just don't know if I asked for it. Let me show it to y'all. Let me show it to y'all, because I don't know. Y'all tell me, did we ask for it? Tell me if we asked for it. Did we ask for it? Because I feel like this might be a little AI generated right there. That might be a little AI generated right there. What, did we ask for this? I mean, Jamie Foxx is in his 50s. When Mike Tyson was in his heyday, he was in his 20s. I mean, maybe they're gonna have somebody playing a young Mike Tyson, and then it's gonna like evolve into this. Because in this picture, he's got the tattoo on his face and everything. And that didn't happen until well later that Mike Tyson put that tattoo on his face. And then it says Samuel Jackson. Is Samuel Jackson playing is that Sam Jackson? Playing oh Lord, I'm gonna hit the daggone button. Playing, y'all know the guy, the guy with the hair. Is that him? Because that don't look nothing like Sam Jackson. Don King, thank you. That don't look nothing like Samuel Jackson to me. I mean, that's great makeup or great AI. I don't know which one it is. And Sam Jackson doesn't even have a build. That's Flex Alexander? Oh, you said it looks like Flex Alexander. Yeah, Mike Tyson was an Olympian when he was like 19. No, I knew he was doing this, little baby. I knew he was doing this. I just, the poster dropped today. This is the poster for it. I mean, I guess. I mean, I'm gonna probably look at it. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lies. I mean, that's part of my childhood. I'm gonna probably look at it. You know, I remember getting together at fight parties watching the Tyson fights. Like, I remember that. So, you know, but I just, and don't get me wrong, Jamie Foxx is an excellent actor. Like, I'm not taking nothing away from Jamie Foxx. I just need y'all to understand that I didn't know. I just didn't have this on my bingo card. I heard about the movie. I think we talked about it. I just didn't know it was on my bingo card for today, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I guess. Moving right along. In news that made Scotty's day, he's been crying all day long, happy tears. Monica and Brandy have announced that they are going on tour together this fall. Listen. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Not sure how I feel about Shut Up Cajun. I love Monica and I love Brandy. But I'm wondering if this is 20 years too late. I'm just wondering. I'm gonna say that. What's up, Don? Hey, boo. I'm gonna say the same thing. If the tickets are reasonable, I feel like I'll go. But if the tickets are crazy, they can have it. Like, if they trying to make me buy like usher prices for these tickets, that's not going to happen. But if these tickets are a reasonable price, I can see me going and catching a show. Because I like both of them, and I like both of their music, and I grew up on their music. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure who else is on the lineup? Well, I don't know yet. They probably ain't put all that together yet. I think if the tickets are horrible, I believe it will be good. Yeah, they haven't said who else is in the lineup yet, so... Kelly Rowland, child. See, that's that Cajun. See, Cajun. All right.
I said, close them doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. I said, close them doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
Don is here. So it's time to close the doors, y'all. If y'all ain't close them doors, close the doors. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. Okay. If you haven't done so already, make sure you get that done. Okay. Kelly, I don't believe you, Kay. Just somebody else gonna have to tell me before I believe you. Monica just doesn't seem passionate when singing anymore. Went from live videos I've seen. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, I don't know either. But we'll find out. It's in the fall. They got time to get it together, child. They got time to get it together, you know. Someone else said it too. Who else said it? Who else said it, Cajun? Because I ain't seen nobody else say it. Send me the flyer, Cajun. Send it to my Instagram and I'll believe you. Wait a minute, Xavier. Wait a minute. Hold on. Stop. Xavier got your back. Xavier said Kelly and Moni are on the flyer, but I don't think any of this is real. Okay, you think it might be a fake news? Okay, see? Cajun, check your source before you send it to me. Check your source. All right, but I think I might go, y'all. I think I might go. All right. Congratulations to Jamal Roberts. He is only the second man to ever win. Kempire did a short. Okay, I trust Kempire. So, okay. So I apologize, Cajun. Because but I don't, you know what? No, I don't. Because you be trolling so much. I don't know the difference. So no, I don't apologize. Okay. Move right along. Somebody said that Kimberly said she just saw Monica and it was a great performance. Only one day in Ticketmaster so far. Damn, what city? What city? But probably Atlanta. It's probably Atlanta. So listen, I have not been following American Idol this season. However, before I was getting ready to go to bed yesterday, I just happened to be on the channel where American Idol comes on, and it was literally the very end. Like literally, because I was watching something in my DVR. So when I stopped the movie that I was looking at, and I went to, it was on Channel 7, which is the channel that plays American Idol. And it literally was at the very end. Like it literally was at the very end where they were like, and the winner of American Idol is, and when I saw that it was a black guy and a white guy, I said, well, I'm going to wait and see if the black guy wins. Because I hadn't been watching it. So then I had to go back and look at some of his performances. Though, after they announced that he won, and he sang that Anthony Hamilton song. First of all, I love Anthony Hamilton. I think he is a very underrated talent. He does not get the kudos that he deserves. But baby, when I tell you he sang the shit, then that 2 minutes that I heard, now I got to go back and watch all his clips. So I've been watching some of his clips. So shout out to Jamal Roberts. They said that he is a teacher from Mississippi. It looks like he got twins. He was holding up two little girls at the end. So congratulations to you. Shout out to you. He has a new single out I think it's called Help or something like that. I think it's a spiritual. I don't know if it's gospel, but I think it's a spiritual. I think it's spiritual. But I'm definitely here for it. I'm definitely here for it. I found out he's related to someone I'm dating, and he's from Baltimore. He's from Baltimore? Oh, okay. Well, I think he lives in Mississippi now. They say he's a school teacher in Mississippi. What song did he sing about Anthony? He sang the one, damn it, what's it? Damn it. Now, if I wasn't thinking, I'd have been able to tell you the words. Dun, dun, dun. Y'all know what I'm saying? Dun, 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 dun. It's one of his newer songs. Anthony Hamilton. I can't think of the words right now, but that's how I go, child. That's how I go. But I'm sure I'll think of it before I get off of here, or somebody will put it in the chat. He just had a new baby on Tuesday. Oh, right, chick, you figured out what this song was. You figured out what the song was from that, girl. Woo. Okay. So yeah, congratulations to him. He is only the second black man to win, which I think is crazy as fuck. Like, he's the first black man to win since Ruben Studdard. Y'all. That show been on for 30 years. And he the only second black person to win. Black man, excuse me, to win. I know you motherfucking lying. American Idol, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, American Idol. All right. Mia, I want to stay relevant. Thornton is threatening the people. Okay. Mia said the following. Let this be a gentle reminder. Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequence. Making false, damaging statements about someone is called defamation, and it's not protected by law. So before you speak on my name publicly, make sure it's the truth. Or make sure you're ready to prove it in court. I'm no longer allowing anyone to play on my reputation. Signed from Atlanta. You really want people, you are so pressed for people to know you are in Atlanta. Man, we know. We have gotten the text, the email, the smoke signal. We know you live in Atlanta now. Like, you have been very clear. Okay? P.S. Take me out of the group chat. I don't want to play in your sandbox anymore. Girl, bye. You are trying so hard to stay relevant. You are trying so hard to stay relevant. Girl, I need you to go take several seats. Right. Go after Gordon. Worry about suing Gordon. How about that? Dan say, as a native ATLian, we rescind this message. Now we rescind the message, though. Okay. Mia, girl, go take several seats. I can't with you. All right. All right. Well, let's get into it. And fuck around and find out news. They say that Kid Rock. Y'all know Kid Rock, right? The Rock. Thank you, Kenya. Her Heart. Well, that's what it sounded like. Oh. Song, Her Heart. Well, that's what it sounded like. That might be the song. I'm gonna have to listen to it and let you know that's it. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember the hold on, let me go. I'm gonna put it on mute. Because that's gonna bother me. Y'all know that's gonna bother me. Hold on. Let me mute it so I can hear it. I don't want to get it copyright. Hold on. That is it. So it's not one of his newer ones because that's off it. That's off of his The Point of It All album. So no. And it's funny because look at what the comment says. The comment underneath, I went to YouTube. The comment says, American Idol brought me here in 2025. I fell in love with this song in 2010. My prayer for anyone, listen, yada, yada, yada. So no, it's not one of his newer ones. I don't know why I thought it was a newer one. But anyway, it's from his All of Me album. So yeah, that's 15 years old. Anyway. I don't know why I thought it was one of his newest songs. But anyway, yes, that's my song. I love that. I like Anthony Hamilton. And, So Kid Rock is the asshole from Detroit, the rock star from Detroit that's a Trumper. So he has a restaurant down in Nashville. He has a restaurant down in Nashville. And he's become part of the fuck around and find out brigade. Let me tell y'all what happened. His restaurant, Trump supporters' namesake restaurant, closed its kitchen during a citywide ICE raid over fears that staffers would be detained. It reportedly closed over the weekend to avoid the raids happening in Nashville. Immigrant employees either did not show up for work or were told to go home. ICE arrested 196 people in the raid in the city, less than half of whom have prior criminal records. Kid Rock's Nashville restaurant halted service amid fears that it would be raided by immigration on Saturday, May the 10th. The Nashville-based musician, a longtime supporter of Donald Trump, reportedly had the doors of his namesake restaurant called Kid Rock's Big Ass Honky Tonk Rock and Roll Steakhouse closed. The move came after employees without U.S. work authorization did not show up for work on Saturday, and those who did show up were told to go home. The singer has a long history with Trump himself. Kid Rock visited Trump in the White House in 2017. He golfed with Trump. And in 2019, he performed at a Make America Great Again rally. He was also in the White House a few weeks ago. Kid Rock's restaurant, as well as two others in Nashville, were also shut down over the weekend, are owned by Steve Smith, a conservative restaurateur, and also a Trump supporter, the outlet reported. So, I guess they're reaching the fuck around, the find out stage of the fuck around. I just feel like it couldn't happen to a better person. How about that? And I hope that the people stop showing up so that you have to keep closing your kitchen. How about that? You know what I'm saying? How about that? I hope that the people keep not showing up. Because you literally campaigned for the person that is putting them in jail and sending them, the ones that are here without the proper paperwork, right? And some who aren't, some who just look the part. They just look like they weren't born here. They just, So, I hope they keep not showing up. Now, I understand people need to work, and I'm not judging nobody for being able to, feed their family. However, I hope you find somewhere else to make your money. And yes, Brandon, the hypocrisy of it all. Because you literally, but you know what? I read that somewhere. Somebody said, notice how ICE is arresting all the people that are here illegally, but I don't see anybody getting arrested for giving these people jobs. Do you see any CEOs, Kid Rock? I don't see any of these people who are employing them getting arrested. I'm missing that. I'm missing that. Moving right along. Donald Trump, I'm convinced, just wakes up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom and decides to tweet out the dumbest shit. So last night, he decided that he wants an investigation launched into Oprah Winfrey, Beyonce, and Bruce Springsteen over them campaigning for Kamala Harris, where he's alleging that they were illegally paid $11 million. Now, first of all, First of all, that has already been cleared up during the campaign about who she wasn't paying, what she was or wasn't paying. So that's number one. I hope Pamela gave Kid Rock what Tommy Lee gave her. Oh Lord. Hey Mims, hey boo. That's number one, right? That's number one. Number two, the only reason why he mad and why he tweeted that out is because Bruce Springsteen eviscerated him over the weekend. Y'all do understand that this where this is coming from. He wakes up in the middle of the night on these weird rants, and he mad because Bruce Springsteen called his ass out and basically begged for help from Europe this weekend. Did y'all see the clips of Bruce Springsteen at his concert this weekend? That's where that came from. Cause sir, why you worried about why you worried about it? Why you worried about it? But moving right along. I just thought I would throw that out there because I don't care that much. It's not that serious, and I'm sure that the three people that he called out aren't concerned either. I'm sure Beyonce, Oprah, nor Bruce Springsteen are concerned. I'm not saying they shouldn't be. I know that his Department of Justice will probably launch an investigation. They probably absolutely will launch an investigation because that's what they're doing over there right now. I'm just saying I don't think that they're concerned. First of all, out of those three people, none of them are the type of people to really come down in the media and address that type of bullshit. They have publicists that they pay really good money and lawyers that they pay really good money to handle all of those things. Do y'all really think Beyonce is about to stop in the middle of her Cowboy Carter tour and address Donald Trump? I don't even know where Oprah is right now, but she's somewhere with her feet kicked up on the couch, eating some popcorn, drinking some expensive ass champagne with her best friend, Gail. And I'm sure she's not concerned at all about what Donald Trump is saying. Bruce Springsteen is in Europe having a whole concert tour. So yeah, moving right along. Mims has already done his roundup of what happened down to the Diddy trial today. So make sure y'all check Mims out when we get off of here. When we get off of here, don't y'all leave now and go see all the juice that Mims done spilled. Y'all wait another 20 minutes. We ain't going to be here much longer. Y'all wait. But from my understanding, down to the Diddy trials, Don didn't do so well on the stand. Sounds like the defense, it sounds like Cassie's former friend testified about all of the things that she saw, said that they're not friends any longer because of Diddy's abuse. And I believe who else did they say testified today? Mims has the whole breakdown on his channel, child. I watched some of the coverage today, but y'all know I was at work, honey. I couldn't catch it all. I was at work today, so I couldn't get it all in. But there was something else that happened today that I wanted to talk about. Cassie's ex-best friend, Carrie Morgan, testifies about the time her and Cassie hid from Diddy inside a ditch. She says, I thought she was knocked out. Then she got up and ran to a wooded area. Then we hid in the ditch whispering. Yeah. It was something else I saw, though. It was something else I saw today. But thank you, Don. There it is right there. His personal assistant. Thank you. So his personal assistant testified today as well. So can I just say this, you guys? I'm going to be honest and I'm going to say this. And Don, I'm sorry, Don was live today. He was live reading the live tweets. And then Mims did a wrap up. He's staying another week. Mims was only going to stay a week. He's staying another week for y'all. So y'all make sure y'all get over there. Yeah, Gene Dill is in there. I do have a question on. I meant to ask Pam or Simone. I'm going to text one of them and find out. Ariel Day is not going to testify. And I'm wondering why. Because she was originally on the list to testify. And I'm wondering why they took her off the list. So we're not going to get that on the stand. I mean, she couldn't have done no worse than what Don did from my understanding. So I don't know why she didn't testify. But I'm going to say this. I'm gonna say this. I feel like we get it. We get it. Diddy is a terrible person. That beats women, that violates women. I got that. I got that. And I guess they started building up the conspiracy part of it today when they were talking about the employees that work for him that help him cover up his crimes and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe my expectations have always been low when it comes to what we were going to hear in court. I don't know. We're going to keep seeing what they bring, child. We're going to keep seeing what they bring. Because at this point, I'm underwhelmed. But I'm nobody's attorney. So far be it for me to say whether somebody's doing a good job or a bad job. But I'm underwhelmed. I just have to be honest with you guys. I'm underwhelmed. Any of these people who have run their mouth ain't testifying. Let's be clear. They were asking Gene Deal, could he answer that on y'all own? He talk a lot. Oh no, Gene Deal is definitely not testifying. Gene Deal has told, he's been doing YouTube for 5-6 years. Like, he's been telling these stories for years. And again, if you listen to enough of his stories, he sort of contradicts himself sometimes. Sometimes he speaks on things that you're like, you weren't even working for him then. Like, you weren't even working for Diddy when you claim you got all this information. So yeah, I agree. The people but Aubrey hadn't really said a lot, which is why I thought Aubrey was going to testify. Right? Now, Lorianne Gibson's name did come up today. That doesn't mean she's going to testify, but her name did come up today. What up, D? I looked at some of your ball. They were streaming it on TikTok. I looked at some of your ball. Jake, not Jake, Mizrahi. He was streaming it on his TikTok, but of course it wasn't your category. But I looked at some of it Saturday night. You got to let me know how everything went. You think Farnsworth Bentley knows something? I wonder, I heard that Farnsworth Bentley was called for the grand jury. I just don't know if he's going to testify. And I don't know for a fact that he was called to the grand jury. That's just what I heard. Now, what I heard is that Odie guy, the Odie male ex-worker that's supposed to testify, I heard he got a lot to say. Now I did hear he got a lot to say. That Odie guy whose name keeps coming up. Yeah, Jonathan Odie. I heard he has a lot to say. I'm just telling you what I heard. I heard he has a lot to say. Didn't he contract herpes child? I don't know. Have the employees testified those who arranged the F-offs moved the money that illegally funded the F-offs? I don't know. His personal assistant testified today. So. All right, y'all, let's get into these last couple of stories. Again, if y'all want a full roundup, y'all check out Mims. He was in the courtroom today. He had a full breakdown. I've watched a little bit of it, but I haven't watched all of it today before I went live. But also during the day, if you want to play-by-play tweets as they read the tweets, y'all check out Chef Don Don. He is going live during the day, going through as like Inner City Press and other people are sending out the tweets, and he's got the chat open. You know what? I knew what I wanted to say. And Kenya can testify to this because Kenya was in there today. Simone was live today and so was Pam was live today as well. Let me tell y'all something. The level of misogyny that still exists in this world. I was in Simone's chat today. Now I was at work. Now, mind you, I wasn't teaching. I was at work. I was in meetings and I was working on some stuff. Me and my principal had to do some stuff. So I kind of had a little more time today. So I was in Simone's chat. I'm a mod on Simone's chat. Y'all. the amount of comments that I had to delete, the amount of I didn't block anybody because I hadn't had that conversation with Simone about blocking people. But I did time some people out. And there was a couple of people in there, and I could tell they were Black men, and I shouldn't say that because I don't know that to be a fact, but I felt like they were. Y'all, the stuff that these men are saying, the stuff they were saying about Cassie, the stuff they were saying about Dawn, the stuff it's like, it is just so, yeah, I mean, for lack of a better word, it is so disheartening. It's so disheartening. And I'm going to talk to Simone, because I don't know if I can be in there tomorrow or not, but I'm going to talk to Simone about what because one troll, she did a really good job of handling the troll. You know, she kind of addressed it and then went on, and she did a really good job. She took it in stride. But I know she doesn't have a lot of mods in there, so I'm going to suggest to her, now that she's got bigger crowds, I'm going to suggest to her that she needs to mod some more people up that she trusts, like people that have been in her chat, that she knows who they are. She needs to mod a few more people up. And what does she want us to do as far as blocking people? Because I don't want to block people because her crowds are getting bigger, and you are going to get those types of, you know, trolls in the chat when people are new or whatever. And I don't know if she has her settings on for, like, you have to be a subscriber for a certain amount of time. I don't think she does. So I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to talk to her about that either tonight or in the morning. But it was so disheartening to just see some of the stuff these people were saying. This one guy just he wasn't spamming the chat, but he just kept saying over and over again about how Cassie unalived Diddy's baby and is making Diddy pay for Alex's babies, and all the stuff he was saying about Alex. Oh my gosh. I was like, wow, like just some of the nasty stuff he was saying about Cassie's husband. I was just like, wow. Crazy. Uncle Jay said, I've unfortunately seen a lot of Black women who some have even mentioned being SA themselves, rooting for Diddy and really going to Cassie. Yeah, Black women too. And they wonder why they can't find a good woman. Oh no, the problem is they've probably part of the reason why some of these good women are running around here scorned. They probably ran into men like them. I have to close the chat when I'm watching coverage, like who in the HE double hockey sticks hurt you. It's sickening. Yeah. Cases like this bring out the worst of people. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, with that being said, I am going to talk to Simone about that. I am going to talk to Simone because, again, she's getting, like, she hit her 50K today. So I don't want to be blocking people. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, some people might need to be blocked. And the other thing too is, for those of y'all who are content creators, y'all know that we have YouTube moderators, right? That the YouTube moderators will block comments as well. It's not always mods blocking y'all's comments or stuff like that. It's YouTube comments. And it was the YouTube moderators was holding people's comments all day, especially that one person I was telling y'all about. That's why a lot of their comments y'all never even saw. I could see them because I'm a mod. But a lot of the comments of some of those trolls, the YouTube moderator was holding them, and I was like, well, glad the YouTube moderator's in here. But I'm definitely gonna talk to Simone about that. Anyway. But y'all make sure y'all check out, like I said, Don goes through the live tweets. Simone and Pam, and y'all know Simone and Pam kind of give you that legal perspective. Don gonna give you the comedy. It's a good time over there in his chat. And good conversations. You know what I'm saying? Good. Oh no, I don't either. If the YouTube moderator doesn't let it through, I just be like, oh well, it's gotta slide. Gotta let it slide. And where did people get the idea that Cassie's husband didn't know any of this when he encouraged her to speak out? I don't know why people thought Cassie's husband didn't know, child. I don't know. All right, we're going to talk about Salt-N-Pepa suing their record label, and then we're going to talk about Skai Jackson, and then we're going to get out of here and get ready for the Whether You Like It or Not panel. As a matter of fact, I need to set up the redirect. I need to set up the redirect on this so that we can go straight over to the whether you like it or not panel. Do I have a redirect set up on my other channel? Child, oh Lord, I be forgetting about these things. ReallyBTV reviews. Child, ReallyBTV reviews. Okay, there it is right there. Okay, I set up the redirect. I don't think we're gonna be here till 8:30, but we're gonna probably be here for at least another 15, 20 minutes. All right. So let's get into, don't forget to get your Black Girl vitamins. And also Juvia's Place. I have products plugged for the Juvia's Place. And thank you again, once again, to each and every person that supported my GoFundMe. I mean, Lord, not my GoFundMe, Lord, the popcorn drive. We were able to raise $1,700 for our scholarship fund. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. All right. Thank you, Don. There's the link for, he just dropped it in the chat. Why hadn't I heard about them suing? It just happened today. Well, I just found out about it today. Let's read through the article. This is coming from the Associated Press, okay? Salt-N-Pepa are telling their record label not to push it as they fight for the rights to their music. The groundbreaking duo behind hip-hop classics, including Shoot and Push It, say in a lawsuit that Universal Music Group is violating copyright law by refusing to agree to turn over their rights to their master recordings. Cheryl Salt James and Sandra Pepper Denton filed the lawsuit in federal court in New York on Monday, asserting that the Copyright Act of 1976, which says that after several decades, artists can terminate previous agreements and reclaim ownership of their recordings, clearly now applies to them. The fight, which has led to UMG pulling Salt-N-Pepa's music from streaming services, comes as many artists with beloved legacies are making lucrative sales of their catalogs, while others get stuck in classic record label battles over old contracts. UMG has indicated that it will hold plaintiffs' rights hostage, even if it means tanking the value of their music catalog and depriving their fans of access to their work, the lawsuit says. UMG representatives did not immediately respond to an email seeking comment. The lawsuit suggests that situations like Salt-N-Pepa are the very reason the provision of the Copyright Act still exists. It allows artists who made deals at the beginning of their careers, when they were relatively powerless, to use the cultural standing and musical legacy they later established. The suit says that James and Denton filed to terminate their agreement under the law in 2022, eager to take full ownership of their art and legacy, but that inexplicably UMG has refused to honor their rights. James and Denton say by law they should now be able to own early recordings, including those from their 1986 hit debut album, Hot, Cool, and Vicious, and 1987's Push It, a B-side whose remix caught on and became their breakthrough hit. So, child, this lawsuit been okay. So they've been trying to terminate it since 2022, but they just recently filed the lawsuit. They say other recordings should legally be theirs later this year in 2026, including the album Very Necessary, which includes Shoot and What a Man. The duo is seeking both actual damages for money lost and punitive damages in the amounts to be determined. The suit says actual damage could well exceed $1 million. They also want a permanent injunction confirming their rights to their recordings. They said by pulling the songs from streaming and other commercial platforms, the label has maliciously punished them for daring to assert their rights. The label's lawyers said in letters included as exhibits in the lawsuit that they have encouraged mediation and want to reach a mutually acceptable resolution. But the UMG lawyers said in letters that James and Denton were not even personal parties in the 1986 agreement that covered their initial albums, and there's no evidence that they granted the label copyright they could now reclaim. UMG maintains that the recordings were works made for hire, which would not allow for the reclaiming of rights. Salt-N-Pepa's lawsuit says the women's agreement with the label made it very clear that they were not. What? Wait a minute. The women's agreements. So hold on. Denton were not even personally parties in the 1986 agreement. So I wonder if this goes back to Herbie Love Bug, their producer at the time. I wonder if he's the one that has the rights to their music. I bet you it's Herbie. I bet you Herbie's the one that has the rights to their music. The Queens New York duo. Okay, and then it goes on to talk about the history of Salt-N-Pepa. I bet y'all Herbie Love Bug has the rights. I bet you that's who they're referring to when they say that they don't even have a rights to their own music. I bet you it's Herbie. Oh. Interesting. But I feel like they're the artists. And at this point, I feel like they should have the right to their music. And then the fact that y'all have taken it, I didn't even realize they had taken Salt-N-Pepa's music off of. What up, T Lounge? Hey, boo. I didn't even realize they had taken Salt-N-Pepa's music off of the streaming services. Because I now that I think about it, I haven't heard that music in a while. Because I have one of my channels on my Pandora is old school hip hop. And I used to hear, because Lord, they used to play Shoot to Death. I used to be like, damn, if I got to hear Shoot one more damn time. But they used to play Shoot to Death. But now that I think about it, I haven't heard that music in a while. That's dirty. It is Herbie. I think T-Lounge, I think it's Herbie that probably has the right to their music. Because they were signed to him. And they had a terrible deal with Herbie. Damn, that's messed up. I wish them well in their lawsuit, though. I wish them well. Michael Jackson didn't own the rights to his own catalog for years. He had to buy the rights at least 20 years after his music was made. Right. Damn. Well, shout out to them. And y'all know how I feel about Salt-N-Pepa. I love me some Salt-N-Pepa, so I wish them well. All right, you guys. We have another case of a child star that has filed for a restraining order against the baby daddy. Now, let me explain something to y'all. Now, I don't have a lawsuit. I don't have the thing in front of me like I did last week. We just gonna read TMZ. But let me explain something to y'all. And I ain't talking to my people on the front row. Y'all move aside. I'm not talking to y'all. I ain't talking to the people. Y'all know I ain't talking to the tribe. I ain't talking to my VIP members in green. I'm not talking to the people who are always here. Y'all move over. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to y'all in the back. I'm talking to the people that lurk in the back that don't be dropping down and I don't know who you are. That's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to y'all. We're going to read this good article about Skai Jackson and her baby daddy and this restraining order. And I am going to ask whatever question I want to ask. I am going to ponder. I am going to critically think. And I'm going to, if that's what I choose to do. And if that does not meet to your standard, then you know what you got to do. Moving right along. Let's read this article. Okay. Skai Jackson has filed a restraining order against her baby daddy. Now, there are a couple of updates, but I'm going to get to the update after I read the article. Y'all remind me to scroll back up to the top and read the update because TMZ posted an update at 2:00 Eastern Pacific time, which is 5:00 our time. So it's a little bit of an update, okay? Skai Jackson says the father of her baby is terrorizing her and has been for more than a year. But an alleged Mother's Day assault was the last straw for her. Why y'all can't act right on Mother's Day? Wasn't it? Didn't Kiki say that her baby daddy acted up on Mother's Day? And we know DDG didn't act it up on Mother's Day. Why y'all can't act right on Mother's Day? Moving right along. Let's keep reading. The former Disney Channel star filed a restraining order in LA County Superior Court in the docks she claims DeAndre Bergen attacked her earlier this month as she was holding their baby boy, 3-month-old Kasai, I'm going to say, on Mother's Day. According to the docs, DeAndre grabbed Skai by her hair, slammed her head against a car window, and punched her in the face. But Skai claims this kind of violence is nothing new. In the docs, she describes a 6-month period in 2024 when Bergen would abuse her on a weekly basis. choking and scratching her and slamming her head into a wall. She alleges that he also damaged a bunch of personal property like an iPhone and a television. While she was pregnant, Skai claims that he demanded she drink bleach to kill the unborn child and held her at knife point as he walked her to the car and threatened to stab her in the stomach if she yelled for help. On another occasion last summer, she alleges that he punched her through a bathroom door. She had locked herself inside and slammed her against the wall and choked me until I could not breathe, Skai says, and she has the video to back up the claim. Why y'all got all these videos? Hold on, let me read that one more time. On another occasion, she alleges he punched her through a bathroom door. She had locked herself inside and slammed her against a wall and choked her until she could not breathe. And she says she has the video to back that up. Was it on the Ring camera? Because the Ring camera footage seemed to be coming in for the clutch. All right, let me keep reading what the TMZ people said. As we reported, Bergen had plenty of legal trouble in the past. He was arrested last month on an outstanding warrant, and when Skai gave birth in January, he was doing a 90-day jail sentence for a parole violation. She claims that he owns 3 firearms, including a rifle, and she clearly fears for her life. She's asked the judge to keep Bergen 100 yards from her and their baby and her terrier pug mix in order. And her terrier pug mix and order him to take a domestic violence treatment program. Skai says they don't have a legal support agreement, so she wants that and for Bergen to cover all her legal fees. So let me say this. Let me say this. I don't even know that girl or that boy. The only reason why I know who she is because I've seen her around, but she was well past my age of watching the Disney Channel. So let me be clear. I don't know her like that. But based on what I have seen, I believe it. I do. Full stop. I believe it. I do. And let me say this. Right, Xavier. That's why I read it again because it was phrased weird. But remember, I'm reading an excerpt of that's what TMZ decided to put in the article. So we weren't reading the actual court document. Maybe it was a longer explanation. The way it was written made me believe that they were taking excerpts and putting it together. But let me say this. And here's why the stuff that was said in Simone's chat and other people's chat, I'm sure, pisses me off so much. Because when I think about, like, again, it's almost like Cassie has started a second Me Too wave. I truly believe that. I'm really not being funny when I say this, and I don't want anybody to think I'm trying to make light of anything. A lot of times, you guys, people are suffering in silence, and people are dealing with things because a lot of times, especially as women, we just think nobody's going to believe us, right? We think nobody's going to believe us. And of course, the longer we stay, the harder it is to leave for a variety of reasons. And I feel like, what did Ma'am say? Hold on, y'all okay, no offense, but she told Beyonce's nephew she couldn't date him because he wanted a roughneck. Her and Halle dated down and ended up with a well, I agree. I do agree. What's up, Nay? But I'm going to say this. I applaud the women for coming forward, even though, because I remember when the pictures first were, when they first started when the pictures of her and this guy started floating around, I remember people saying he was a deadbeat, right? But let me say this. And I have said this before, and I'll say it again and again and again, and I believe it, and I'm going to keep saying it because I really believe it. Y'all, and when I say y'all, again, y'all really need to take care of y'all business on the front end. All of these women that are with these men that didn't have custody agreements or nothing like that. And I understand if you and before somebody says, well, if you're in an abusive relationship, yada yada yada. I have that. I understand that. That if you're in an abusive relationship, the last thing you want to do is make somebody angry. I get it. I got it. I got it. I understand that. But I really need y'all to stop. I really need y'all to use let me, I'm just stop. I'm gonna stop right there. Y'all got the point that I'm saying. Y'all got what I'm saying. If you don't, it is what it is. But I'm glad that a lot of these women are coming forward and they're not suffering in silence. We don't always have to agree with the decisions that they made that got them there. Because the reality is, most of us, not everybody, because some of us are perfect and we never make mistakes and we never make bad decisions. And I get that. But the reality is that most of us are one bad decision away from being in a fucked up situation. I ain't saying 10 years of abuse. I ain't saying 6 months of abuse. I'm saying one bad decision away from being in a fucked up situation. And y'all don't have to agree or disagree. Y'all ain't got to drop down and tell me how you've never made mistakes and you were always perfect and you always listen to what your parents told you to do and you never went left when somebody told you to go right. I know some of y'all never did it. Some of y'all never made a mistake. Some of y'all y'all always got away when you saw the first red flag. I know it. But I'm talking to the rest of y'all. And I also want people to understand in these situations like Hallie, Keke Palmer, Skai Jackson, and I'm sure we could probably add 3 or 4 more people to the list. Money doesn't absolve you from making bad decisions. Let's call a thing a thing. All of us had a friend in high school that dated the wrong dude that derailed their whole life. I had friends in college. We started freshman year together. By the end of freshman year, they done started dating some drug dealer that got them running packages up and down the East Coast. We all started college together. We all came from the same type of household, two parent home, middle class, whatever. You meet the wrong guy at the right time. The difference between the friend we went to college with or high school with and these 3 young ladies that we've been learning about this last year is that they have money and that they're on our television screens. It doesn't absolve them from making bad decisions. Just because you're rich or just because you were in Hollywood, it doesn't absolve you from falling in love with the wrong nigga and finding yourself in a bad situation. I am not that friend, Xavier. Don't play with me. Don't now. I know y'all be joking about the Kingpin Bay thing, but no, I ain't never run no. Don't start that rumor, sir. I have a job that I need to have a background check for. Don't start that rumor. But yeah, it's like Tracy said, baby, a damn cute room my freshman year. I was on academic probation after my first semester. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I have a lot of friends who, and don't get me wrong, I made some bad decisions in college that, but for the grace of God, something really bad didn't happen to me and my friends. Like, we made some bad decisions. You know why we made bad decisions? Because we were fucking 17, 18, 19 years old, away from home for the first time, and we made bad damn decisions. Because that's what 19, 17, 18-year-olds do when they're away from home for the first time. They make bad damn decisions. And whether we had $10 in our bank account or $100,000 in our bank account, the mental is not different just because you have more money. You just make more expensive decisions. You know what I'm saying? You just make more expensive decisions. Okay? So I believe her. I'm sorry this happened to her. I hope she stays away from him. Yeah. You know, I hope she stays away from him. And again, girl, I could look at that boy and see if something wasn't right with him. And I didn't know nothing about him. I wonder how they met these men. Can't be the same social circles. Listen, who says they were in their social circle? Who say they weren't just at a club? You know what I'm saying? Like Kiki met her baby daddy at a party. Remember, his brother's an actor. I don't know how Skai met this dude. And DDG is a streamer. He's a millionaire. He's a streamer. Like, they probably are in the same social circles. You know what I'm saying? DDG and Halle Bailey, probably were in the same social circles. He's a young black millionaire streamer. This new celebrity, these streamers, the Kai Cenats of the world. You know what I'm saying? They probably absolutely were at the same parties. Absolutely. I don't know how they met. But they probably absolutely were in the same rooms together. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know how Skai met this boy, but she might have just met him at the club. Again, just because you're a millionaire doesn't mean that you do millionaire shit. She might have just went to the club and was on her way to the bathroom. Even if she was sitting in VIP, maybe she was just on her way to the bathroom and ran into him. I don't know. No, Xavier, we don't know how Halle met DDG. You know how Halle met DDG. I don't know. And the vast majority of the people in this chat probably don't know because we don't care. We don't, you know. Okay, so he slid into her DMs. That's how the people meet these days. They do the DM thing. They slide into the DM. Y'all know what the song say, it goes down in the DMs, you know? The best ever was going to college before the internet. Baby, you better know it. Because, baby, the things me and my friends did. Shit. Woo! Anyway, with that being said, y'all, let me get out of here. We are headed over to the review channel in about 20 minutes. In about 20 minutes for the Whether You Like It or Not panel. And I will talk to y'all later.